Hey Jeff, wanted to make a quick video to try to help you with your question about the best way to track the freight in from your supplier before it goes out to Amazon. Um, to do this process, what we're going to be doing is we want to actually go through, create a purchase order so you can mark everything that you're going to be dragging in, have the ability to take the purchase order over to a bill, and then finally to make that payment. If that's all done before the information comes to the bank feed, it's going to actually show a match from the bank feed. So to get started, we first need to make sure we have a item or a product called freight in that we'll be able to add to our purchase order. Now I've already created this to make it a little bit faster, but I wanted to show you the settings onto it. Just naming it freight in. You'll notice that the sales information is blank. We're not planning to sell that to somebody, but the purchase information is checked off with a basic description that you want to show on a purchase order. We've put the cost at 0 since it's going to vary all the time, and that will kind of make it to where you always remember you have to put some kind of a value there. But the most important part is the expense account. You'll want it to go to an expense, a cost of goods sold, like freight in, so you can track that as part of your costs. Since the vendor could probably change from time to time, you don't necessarily need to put a preferred vendor, but if it doesn't change, you could do that. We'll hit save and close. Now that we have that, we can go and we can create a purchase order by clicking the plus sign. We'll do supplier X, the information into, we're going to do ship to, we're going to say it's going to us with our dating, and then we're going to go to our items and we'll do product X or product from supplier X, and we'll say it was 85 at $1. And then we need to add on our freight in, which we just created. That in, and we know it's $15. So now we've got our $100 total. We're going to hit save. By hitting save, it gives me the ability to copy it to a bill right away. Now I'm doing that because we know this is a set amount, but if you were to be waiting for packing slip to come in, you would just save and close. You could wait, or you could even save and send the purchase order to the company. But let's take and turn it to a bill. By copying it to the bill, you'll now see we've got our same totals here. 85, 15 gives us $100. The terms you could put on here, amount, and we can do save and close at this point. So what that's done is we now have a bill that's going to be due for that amount. If we were to come in and we were to actually pay our bills, we could pull up, the last one. Here it is for $100, and we would go save and print, or save and close. Save and print if you wanted to do a check. So now that we've paid that, when the bank feed comes through, it's going to match to the payment that you created. So by going through each of those individual steps, you'll ensure that you're tracking everything appropriately through the whole process and have a whole linked trail that shows through everything. So by going back to the purchase order, you'll see the purchase order exists here with a linked transaction to the bill, with the bill that has a linked transaction, or I should say linked payment, for the $100. Hope the video helped. If you've got other questions, feel free to reach out, and here's wishing you a very successful week.